Hello there and welcome to Bedtime Science Channel. I am so glad you found your way here. Maybe you've had a day filled with the rush of everyday life, or perhaps you are simply drawn to the quiet wonders that exist beneath the waves. Either way, tonight's journey is for you. You have nothing to do but rest. Let your mind drift like gentle ocean currents, your breathing slow like the rhythm of tides, and your thoughts settle like sand on a peaceful seafloor. Because tonight, we're diving into the underwater gardens of our planet. Coral reefs, these living cities beneath the sea, where countless creatures build, grow, and thrive in harmony. We'll explore the ancient wisdom of these marine architects, the delicate relationships between fish and coral, and the quiet miracles that unfold in every coral polyp. From the Great Barrier Reef to hidden atolls, from tiny zooxanthella to massive whale sharks, we'll discover a world more colorful and interconnected than any dream. Some of what you hear tonight may change how you see the ocean. Other discoveries might simply flow over you like warm tropical currents, soothing and gently profound. If these calm explorations help you unwind or fill you with wonder as you drift towards sleep, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. It helps others find their way here too, one peaceful soul at a time. Now, let yourself sink into comfort. Take a deep breath of ocean air, and let's begin this gentle descent into the coral reef. Coral reefs are among the oldest living structures on Earth, some growing continuously for thousands of years. These underwater cities rise from the seafloor like ancient cathedrals, built not by human hands but by tiny animals, called coral polyps working together across millennia. Each reef tells a story written in calcium carbonate, layer upon layer of life, creating monuments to patience and collaboration. A single coral colony is actually thousands of individual animals living together as one organism. Each polyp, no larger than a pinhead, extends its tentacles to feed and builds a limestone skeleton around itself. Together, they create the branching, mounded, and table-like structures we recognize as coral. It is a partnership between countless tiny lives, each contributing to something far greater than themselves. Coral reefs cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, yet they support about 25% of all marine life. In these underwater oases, life flourishes in extraordinary diversity. From the smallest cleaner shrimp to the largest group of fish, every creature has found its place in this intricate web of existence. The reef becomes a neighborhood where every resident has a role to play. Zooxanthellae are tiny algae that live inside coral polyps, creating one of nature's most beautiful partnerships. These microscopic plants conduct photosynthesis using sunlight to create food that they share with their coral hosts. In return, the coral provides them with shelter and nutrients. This ancient collaboration gives many corals their vibrant colors and helps them thrive in nutrient-poor tropical waters. Coral polyps are primarily active at night, extending their tentacles to catch tiny organisms floating in the water. During the day, many corals appear calm and closed, but as darkness falls, they transform into active hunters. Their tentacles, equipped with specialized cells called nematocysts, capture plankton and small fish that drift by in the ocean currents. The Great Barrier Reef is so large it can be seen from space, stretching over 2,300 kilometers along Australia's coast. This living structure is actually composed of nearly 3,000 individual reefs and 900 islands, each supporting its own unique community of marine life. Astronauts describe it as a blue-green jewel embedded in the coral sea, a testament to the power of small creatures working together over time. Coral reefs grow incredibly slowly, typically just a few centimeters per year. The massive structures we see today represent millions of generations of coral polyps, each adding their tiny contribution to the whole. Some of the largest coral formations have been growing for over 400,000 years, making them older than our species and witnesses to countless changes in the oceans. Many coral species reproduce in synchronized spawning events, releasing billions of reproductive cells into the water simultaneously. These underwater snowstorms usually occur after a full moon, when tidal conditions are just right. The timing is so precise that entire reef systems spawn within the same few nights each year, creating one of nature's most spectacular reproductive displays. Parrotfish play a crucial role in reef health by eating algae off coral surfaces and inadvertently consuming bits of limestone. They grind up the coral skeleton in their strong beaks and pharyngeal teeth, then process it into fine sand. A single large parrotfish can produce hundreds of pounds of sand each year, contributing to the beautiful beaches found near coral reefs. Cleaner fish operate underwater service stations, where larger fish come to have harmful organisms and old tissue removed. These remarkable relationships are based on trust and mutual benefit. Even the largest natural hunters will remain perfectly still, while tiny cleaner wrasses work their way through their mouths and gills, removing unwanted organisms and providing essential health services. Coral reefs act as natural breakwaters, protecting coastlines from storm surge and erosion. The complex three-dimensional structure of a reef breaks up wave energy, reducing the force that reaches the shore by up to 90% during storms. Without these natural barriers, many tropical coastlines would be far more vulnerable to flooding and erosion. Some corals can live for over 4,000 years, making them among the longest-lived animals on Earth. Black corals found in deeper waters grow even more slowly than their shallow water cousins and can persist for millennia. These ancient organisms have witnessed the rise and fall of human civilizations, quietly growing in the depths while empires come and go above the waves. Brain coral gets its name from the distinctive ridges and valleys that cover its surface, resembling the folds of a human brain. These patterns are actually the edges of hundreds of individual polyps arranged in long, winding rows. The valleys between the ridges help channel water flow and food particles to the waiting polyps, making feeding more efficient. Coral reefs support fishing communities around the world, providing protein for over 1 billion people. These underwater ecosystems act as nurseries for countless fish species, including many that spend their adult lives in deeper waters. The biodiversity of reefs ensures sustainable fisheries, when managed properly, supporting livelihoods and food security in tropical regions. At night, many corals emit a soft fluorescence when illuminated with blue light, glowing in brilliant greens, pinks, and oranges. Scientists believe these fluorescent proteins may help protect corals from damage caused by intense sunlight, or may assist in photosynthesis by converting blue light to wavelengths their algal partners can use more efficiently. Crown of thorns starfish can significantly impact coral reefs when their populations explode, but they also play an important ecological role in small numbers. These spiny predators feed on fast-growing corals, preventing any single species from dominating the reef and maintaining diversity. It is only when human activities disrupt the natural balance that they become problematic. Soft corals sway in the current like underwater flowers, adding movement and grace to reef landscapes. Unlike hard corals that build limestone skeletons, soft corals have flexible structures supported by tiny calcium carbonate spicules. They filter feed by extending their polyps to catch plankton from the water column, creating gardens of living color that dance with the tides. Coral reproduction can happen through both sexual spawning and asexual budding or fragmentation. When corals reproduce sexually, their larvae can drift for weeks before settling and beginning new colonies, sometimes hundreds of miles from their parents. Asexual reproduction allows corals to spread locally and repair damage to existing colonies. The symbiotic relationship between clownfish and anemones is one of the reef's most famous partnerships. The clownfish receive protection from natural hunters among the anemone's specialized tentacles, while they provide the anemone with nutrients from their waste and defend it from butterfly fish that would otherwise eat its tentacles. This mutualism has evolved into such precise cooperation that neither species thrives without the other. Coral reefs are among the most biodiverse ecosystems on Earth, rivaling rainforests in their species richness. A single reef can support thousands of species of fish, invertebrates, algae, and other organisms. New species are regularly discovered in reef environments, with some scientists estimating that we've only identified about half of all reef species. Many reef fish change their reproductive form during their lives, adapting to social conditions in their local community. Parrotfish, wrasses, and groupers often start life in one form and transform into another when the social structure requires it. This flexibility helps maintain optimal breeding populations and demonstrates the remarkable adaptability of reef organisms. Coral atolls are ring-shaped reefs that mark the location of ancient volcanic islands that have long since sunk beneath the waves. As the volcano subsided, the coral continued growing upward toward the surface, maintaining its position in the sunlit waters essential for survival. These circular reefs now stand as monuments to geological time and the persistence of life. The sound of a healthy reef carries for miles underwater, created by countless fish feeding, communicating, and moving through the coral structures. Young fish can actually navigate towards suitable habitat by listening for these reef sounds, using acoustic cues to find their way home across vast expanses of open ocean. Coral reefs help regulate local climate by influencing water circulation patterns and weather systems. The rough surfaces of reefs create turbulence that brings deeper, cooler waters to the surface, affecting local temperatures and currents. This mixing also brings nutrients from deeper waters, supporting the entire reef ecosystem. Giant clams are among the reef's most impressive filter feeders, pumping hundreds of gallons of seawater through their bodies each day. These massive mollusks, which can weigh over 400 pounds and live for more than a century, host the same symbiotic algae found in corals. Their colorful mantles are actually gardens of zooxanthellae conducting photosynthesis in the tropical sun. Staghorn coral grows in branching formations that provide complex three-dimensional habitat for hundreds of fish species. These fast-growing corals can increase in size by several inches per year, making them important reef builders. Their antler-like branches create hiding places for juvenile fish and feeding areas for species that graze on algae growing on coral surfaces. Coral reefs can recover from damage through natural regeneration, but the process requires stable environmental conditions. When water quality is good and temperatures remain within their tolerance range, corals demonstrate remarkable resilience. Broken coral fragments can reattach and grow into new colonies, while larvae from distant reefs can settle and establish new populations. Saphans and sea whips sway in reef currents like underwater forests, their flexible branches filtering plankton from the flowing water. These Gorgonian corals orient themselves perpendicular to prevailing currents to maximize their feeding efficiency. Their branching patterns create current patterns that benefit not only themselves but many other reef organisms that depend on water flow. Moray eels are important predators on coral reefs, hunting primarily at night, when their excellent sense of smell helps them locate prey hiding in coral crevices. Despite their fearsome appearance, morays rarely bother divers and play a crucial role in maintaining fish population balance on reefs. Some species even cooperate with group of fish in coordinated hunting strategies. Coral reef ecosystems operate on extremely efficient nutrient cycling, with very little waste leaving the system. Nutrients are rapidly taken up and passed between organisms, from the smallest bacteria to the largest predators. This efficiency allows reefs to thrive in tropical waters that are relatively poor in dissolved nutrients compared to other marine environments. Table coral forms broad, flat platforms that provide shelter for numerous fish species underneath. These coral plates can grow several feet across, creating underwater pavilions where fish gather to escape the midday sun and predators. The undersides of table corals often harbor specialized communities of fish and invertebrates found nowhere else on the reef. Coral polyps are related to jellyfish and sea anemones, sharing the same basic body plan despite their very different lifestyles. Like their free-swimming relatives, coral polyps have a simple body with a mouth surrounded by stinging tentacles. The major difference is that coral polyps remain attached to one spot throughout their adult lives, building the calcium carbonate skeletons that form reefs. Many fish species undergo dramatic color changes as they move between different areas of the reef or as their social status changes. Parrotfish can shift from drab-brown camouflage to brilliant blues and greens within seconds. These color changes are controlled by specialized cells called chromatophores that expand and contract to reveal different pigments. Coral reefs support traditional navigation methods used by Pacific Island cultures for thousands of years. Experienced navigators can read the subtle changes in wave patterns caused by reefs and atolls, using these underwater landmarks to guide their vessels across vast stretches of open ocean without modern instruments. Sponges are among the reef's most important filter feeders, with some large species pumping their own body volume in water every few seconds. These simple animals help maintain water quality by removing bacteria and tiny particles from the water column. Their diverse shapes and colors add to reef biodiversity, while their filtering activity benefits the entire ecosystem. Coral bleaching occurs when stressed corals expel their symbiotic algae, leaving behind the white calcium carbonate skeleton. While bleaching can be fatal if stress continues too long, corals can recover by taking up new algae once conditions improve. This process represents the reef's attempt to adapt to changing environmental conditions. Butterfly fish form monogamous pairs that defend feeding territories together on the reef. These colorful fish use their elongated snouts to feed on coral polyps and small invertebrates hiding in coral crevices. Their bright patterns may help individuals recognize their mates and signal their territorial boundaries to other butterfly fish. Coral growth rates are influenced by water temperature, with optimal growth occurring in water between 77 and 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Within this range, the symbiotic algae can photosynthesize efficiently, providing energy for coral growth and reproduction. Outside this temperature window, the partnership between coral and algae becomes stressed. Reef sharks patrol the edges of coral reefs, playing a crucial role as top predators in maintaining ecosystem balance. These sleek hunters help control fish populations and remove weak or struggling individuals, which keeps prey species healthy and prevents any single species from overwhelming the reef system. Many coral species can reproduce through fragmentation, where pieces broken off by storms or predators can grow into new colonies. This asexual reproduction allows corals to quickly colonize new areas and repair damage to existing reefs. Some species have even evolved to break apart naturally as a reproductive strategy. The calcium carbonate skeletons left by ancient corals continue to provide habitat and structure for reef communities long after the polyps have departed. These skeletal remains become overgrown with algae and colonized by boring organisms, but they maintain the three-dimensional complexity that makes reefs such productive ecosystems. Damselfish are among the most territorial fish on coral reefs, actively defending small patches of algae that they cultivate as gardens. These industrious fish remove unwanted species and tend their algal crops, creating some of the most productive feeding areas on the reef. Their farming activities also provide food for other herbivorous fish. Coral reefs influence local water chemistry by extracting calcium and carbonate from seawater to build their skeletons. This process can actually make the surrounding water slightly more acidic. But healthy reefs maintain a delicate balance that supports their continued growth and the diverse communities they shelter. Mandarin fish display some of the most vivid colors found on any coral reef, with psychedelic patterns of blue, green, orange, and purple covering their bodies. These small, secretive fish emerge from coral crevices at dusk to feed on tiny invertebrates. Their toxic skin mucus protects them from most predators, allowing them to display such bright warning colors. Coral spawning provides food for countless reef organisms, from tiny plankton feeders to large filter-feeding fish. The massive release of eggs and sperm creates temporary feeding bonanzas that many species time their own reproductive cycles to exploit. This synchronization demonstrates the interconnected nature of reef ecosystems. Sea turtles depend on coral reefs for feeding and resting areas throughout their long lives. Green turtles graze on algae growing on coral surfaces and seagrass beds, while hawksbill turtles specialize in eating sponges. These ancient reptiles have been visiting coral reefs. Anemone gardens create colorful carpets on sandy areas between coral heads, their swaying tentacles adding movement to the reef landscape. Many anemone species host the same symbiotic algae found in corals, giving them their bright colors. Some fish species have evolved immunity to anemone stings and use them as protective shelters. Coral reefs create their own weather patterns through evaporation and heat exchange with the atmosphere. Large reef systems can influence rainfall patterns and cloud formation over nearby islands. The complex surface texture of reefs also affects wind patterns and wave action along tropical coastlines. Wrasfish provide cleaning services that are so valuable that larger fish will wait in line at cleaning stations. These dedicated cleaners remove parasites, dead skin, and infected tissue from their clients, providing essential healthcare that keeps reef fish populations healthy. Some cleaner wrasses can service over 2,000 clients per Dalton Y. Many coral species are hermaphrodites, producing both eggs and sperm, though they usually avoid self-fertilization through precise timing of gamete release. This reproductive flexibility increases the chances of successful fertilization in the vast ocean, while maintaining genetic diversity within coral populations. Coral reef fish often exhibit complex social hierarchies and communication systems involving color changes, body postures, and specific behaviors. Some species form large aggregations for feeding or spawning, while others live in small, stable groups with clearly defined roles for each member. The intricate structure of coral reefs creates numerous microclimates and habitats within a single ecosystem, from sunny coral gardens to dark caves and overhangs. Each area supports specialized communities adapted to specific conditions of light, current, and substrate type. Juvenile fish often have completely different colors and patterns than adults, allowing them to occupy different ecological niches while avoiding competition with their elders. Young angelfish and parrotfish are often so different from adults that they were originally classified as separate species. Coral reefs support traditional medicine practices, with many reef organisms producing compounds used in folk remedies for centuries. Modern pharmaceutical research continues to discover new drugs from reef species, including anti-cancer compounds and antibiotics derived from sponges, corals, and other reef invertebrates. The topography of coral reefs creates upwelling currents that bring nutrient-rich, deeper water to the surface, supporting planktonic communities that form the base of reef food webs. This natural fertilization process helps maintain the high productivity that makes reefs such biodiverse ecosystems. Night diving on coral reefs reveals a completely different world, as day-active fish retreat to hiding places and nocturnal species emerge to feed. Many corals extend their feeding tentacles under cover of darkness, while crustaceans and worms venture out from their daytime shelters to forage on the reef. Coral reefs demonstrate remarkable precision in their spawning timing, often synchronizing reproduction with lunar cycles, tides, and water temperature changes. This coordination ensures that eggs and sperm are released when conditions are optimal for fertilization and larval survival. Some fish species have developed the ability to change not only color, but also body patterns in response to social situations. These rapid transformations help fish communicate their intentions, establish dominance, or blend into different backgrounds as they move around the reef. Barrel sponges can live for over 2,000 years, making them among the oldest animals on coral reefs. These massive filter feeders grow slowly, but can reach enormous sizes, becoming landmarks on the reef that provide orientation points for fish and divers alike. The three-dimensional structure of coral reefs creates complex water flow patterns that help transport nutrients, oxygen, and food particles throughout the ecosystem. These currents also carry larvae to suitable settlement sites and remove waste products from the reef environment. Coral polyps can detect and respond to chemical signals from their neighbors, coordinating feeding and defensive behaviors across the entire colony. This chemical communication allows coral colonies to function as unified organisms, despite being composed of thousands of individual animals. Many reef fish species exhibit site fidelity, returning to the same sleeping or feeding spots night after night. This familiarity with their territory helps them escape predators and find food efficiently, while their presence provides stability for the complex social networks that exist on coral reefs. Coral reefs support economic activities worth billions of dollars annually through tourism, fishing, and other marine industries. These natural assets provide employment for millions of people, while protecting coastlines and supporting food security for island and coastal communities worldwide. The biodiversity of coral reefs includes not just the visible fish and corals, but also countless microscopic organisms that form the foundation of reef food webs. Bacteria, protists, and other microorganisms recycle nutrients and provide food for filter feeders, maintaining the efficiency that allows reefs to thrive in nutrient-poor waters. Some corals can actively shed their outer tissues when faced with stress or parasites, sacrificing part of themselves to save the rest of the colony. This remarkable ability to self-cleanse infected areas demonstrates the sophisticated survival strategies that have allowed corals to persist for millions of years. Coral reef systems create their own seed banks through the production of planktonic larvae that can travel great distances before settling. These biological connections link distant reefs and maintain genetic diversity across entire ocean basins, ensuring the long-term survival of reef ecosystems. The colors we see on coral reefs result from a complex interaction of pigments, symbiotic algae, fluorescent proteins, and structural coloration. This natural artistry serves important functions in communication, camouflage, and protection from harmful radiation, while creating some of the most beautiful displays in the natural world. Fish communities on coral reefs show remarkable stability over time, with the same species often occupying the same territories for decades or even centuries. This persistence reflects the highly specialized adaptations that allow each species to efficiently exploit its particular niche in the reef ecosystem. Coral reef lagoons provide nursery areas for many species that spend their adult lives in deeper waters. These protected environments offer abundant food and shelter for juvenile fish, allowing them to grow safely before venturing into the more dangerous open ocean or outer reef environments. The chemistry of coral reef waters is carefully maintained by the activities of the organisms that live there. Corals and other calcifying organisms remove carbon dioxide from the water, while photosynthesis by algae and plants produces oxygen and organic matter that supports the entire food web. Many coral species show remarkable longevity in their colonial growth form, with some massive coral heads being composed of genetic clones that have been growing in the same spot for thousands of years. These ancient colonies represent libraries of environmental history, recording changes in ocean conditions in their skeletal bands. Coral reefs demonstrate nature's ability to create complex, self-organizing systems from simple biological processes. The interactions between thousands of species have evolved over millions of years to create stable, productive ecosystems that continue to surprise scientists with their intricate beauty and sophisticated ecological relationships. And now, as we surface gently from our journey through the coral reef, let these underwater wonders settle softly in your mind. Like sand drifting down through clear tropical water, we've explored living cities beneath the waves, where tiny polyps build cathedrals of calcium, where fish form partnerships that span lifetimes, and where color and movement create an underwater ballet of extraordinary beauty. You've discovered the ancient wisdom of these marine architects, the delicate relationships between creatures great and small, and the quiet miracles that unfold in every